Hello, my dear students, and the rest of the learners. Welcome to part 41 of a 53-part series of tutorials in systems analysis and design. In this presentation, we are going to be looking on the introduction to system implementation. My name is Meme JM, or you can simply call me ML Swap. This is the first presentation and the topic, perform system implementation. System implementation is the process of installing, configuring, and placing a new or improved information system into operation so that users can begin to utilize it in a real working environment. It involves translating approved system designs into an operational system, loading all programs onto user computers or servers, preparing the hardware and software environment, converting files and databases, training users, executing changeover strategies, testing the system in real conditions, and ensuring that the system meets functional and non-functional requirements such as reliability, usability, accuracy, and security. Implementation represents the stage at which theory is turned into practice. If it is poorly executed, even a well-designed system may fail, resulting in financial loss, operational disruption, and user resistance. Therefore, system implementation is the phase in which a designed, developed, and tested system is put into actual operation. It is the stage where the conceptual and technical plans produced during analysis and design are transformed into a functional system that supports the real organizational processes. Implementation is one of the most critical stages in the system development life cycle because failure during implementation can render all prior work ineffective. In public institutions such as ML Swap School, system implementation typically includes the deployment of student registration systems, the finance systems, human resource systems, as well as examination management platforms. Remember, this is just an example. I am using ML Swap School just for illustration, but remember that systems can cut across all types of organizations and all types of institutions. These systems must be implemented carefully to avoid data loss, service interruptions, or rejection by staff and students. System implementation is therefore a critical phase in the system development lifecycle where the designed system is transformed into a fully functional or operational solution within the organizational environment. It involves installing the system, configuring components, migrating data, training users, and ensuring the system performs according to the specifications. At this stage, the abstract designs, models, and prototypes are translated into a working system that supports real business processes. A poorly executed implementation can undermine even the most well-designed system. Hence, structured procedures and appropriate strategies are essential. Therefore, system implementation represents the operationalization phase of the system's development lifecycle, where the conceptual and logical designs of a system are translated into a fully functional real-world solution. It is both a technical and organizational process involving system implementation or installation, user adaptation, data migration, and process alignment. From a systems analysis perspective, implementation is not merely a technical deployment exercise. It is a change management process that restructures workflows, alters user behavior, and introduces new control mechanisms. In an academic institution, for instance, in ML Swap School, implementing a digital learning management system fundamentally reshapes teaching, assessment, and administrative processes. Therefore, a structured evidence-based approach is required to ensure operational continuity, minimizes resistance, and maximizes system acceptance. System implementation is therefore a multifaceted process that integrates technical deployment with organizational change management. The choice of implementation method, that is whether direct, phased, pilot, or parallel, must align with the organizational context, system complexity, and risk tolerance. Comprehensive implementation procedures, including training, data conversion, quality assurance, and deployment, are essential to ensure system effectiveness and sustainability. In Tibet environments, for example, a well-executed implementation not only enhances administrative efficiency, but also supports pedagogical innovation and digital transformation. Performing system implementation is therefore a complex, multi-stage process requiring strategic planning, technical expertise, and user involvement. The selection of an appropriate implementation method, whether direct, phased, pilot, or parallel, depends on organizational needs, risk tolerance, and resource availability. Effective implementation procedures, including training, data conversion, quality assurance, and deployment, ensure that the system operates efficiently and delivers intended benefits. In Tibet institutions and similar environments, structured implementation enhances system adoption, improves operational efficiency, and supports digital transformation initiatives. Therefore, system implementation is a critical phase that transforms a design into a functional system. It integrates technical activities such as software deployment, data conversion, data testing, amongst others, with the organizational activities such as training, change management, as well as evaluation. It is critical to system success because weak implementation can cause project failure regardless of design quality. Testing at every stage is therefore important because it prevents costly errors. Training and documentation promote user acceptance and effective system utilization. Maintenance, on the other hand, ensures long-term alignment with organizational objectives. Selecting the appropriate implementation method, completing prerequisite procedures, developing programs, performing quality assurance and data conversion, and following proper deployment steps are therefore all essential to ensure that the system operates correctly, meets the user needs, and delivers intended benefits. For example, in a MLSWAP school, effective implementation would ensure academic, administrative, and financial processes are reliable, accurate, and efficient, supporting staff and students in achieving institutional objectives. And with that, my dear students and the rest of the learners, we have come to the end of the introduction to system implementation. You can now proceed to part 42 of the 53-part series in which we are going to learn, or we are going to dive deeper into system implementation methods. Congratulations for learning part 41 of 53 on Introduction to System Implementation in Performing System Implementation, a topic in Systems Analysis and Design course. You can access the rest of the parts in the series, as well as other computer or ICT videos by clicking or tapping on the MediSwap ICT YouTube channel below this video. To subscribe to the channel, tap on subscribe button below this video in YouTube, just below this video, if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, kindly write it to us through the email emilyswap@gmail.com. Don't forget, if you want to interact with the presenter, with the trainer, with the presenter of this presentation, or the teacher, you can join by clicking on join button, in addition to clicking on subscribe, and then you follow the prompts that will be displayed depending on the level that you want to be as a special candidate or trainee who needs further interaction and further assistance in systems analysis, and design. Let's meet in part 42 of the series, and God bless.